Okay, green group. These are the chords that that I figured out for you based on what you have here. Since you have F and A here, and G and B here, your chords are F and G, F and G. You'll notice that there's no C, and that may present a problem. So let me play for you what you have so far. Just listen. So that's what you have so far. And as you can hear, it sounds nice, but it's like it's an unfinished song. It's an unfinished phrase. So what I'd like to do is maybe take this and maybe just bring it down to here. So you have S, F, G, G, F. Here would be a nice C chord. So you have E and G, and then F and A here. So let me fix this real quick. That would become a G, and this would become an F, and this is no longer an F chord. It is now a C chord, and then here a G chord wouldn't work because you have this F and A here. So let's make this an F chord. Let's just see how that goes. Now this one I can just highlight all of them and just ignore that. Okay, so let's hear what this sounds like. That to me makes much more sense as far as like having it a song. The previous one just sounded like it was part of a song rather than an entire song. Alright, so that's one suggestion that I'm going to give you. If you want to, you can switch here, but I want you to have a C chord somewhere in your song, preferably at the end. It gives a kind of, it's like a baseball game. It brings it home. Okay, you can't score a point in baseball unless you cross home plate. You can't really finish a song unless you go back to a C chord. Okay, so now that we've done something like this, let me show you how to do your next line, your bass line. The best thing to do is to take the notes from the chords that you wrote and kind of structure them around those chords. So for instance, I'm going to just take ta, and I'm going to put it on C. 8 tas on C. We'll start off with that basic line. Alright, now you have this C here and you have this C here. That's a good bass line for F since F has a C in it. But if you really want to make it to where it doesn't sound like home bass, maybe you can make it be an F and maybe put the C here. And then here we can even take the C here and make it to a G. And then there's no C in a G major chord, but there is a D. So maybe we can raise that to a D. So we have F, C, G, D. Here we have a C, but we have a nice alternating hand pattern. We have, this is probably right, left, maybe this one. Can go to a G, to a, oh sorry, not an A G to a C, and then maybe have this one go back to an F. So you see how I have this aligned? We have F here with this F, G here with this G, a G here with this G, and an F here with this F. So that's kind of how you have to look at it to see if it'll fit. Let's hear what it sounds like. Let's see. Let me go ahead and turn off. Let's hear just the bass line. We'll hear that as a solo. So let's listen to bass. That's actually not bad at all. That's actually not too bad at all. Oops, I lost you, green group. There you are. All right. Now let's hear what the whole thing sounds like. Let's see here. Let me take the melody off. So you're not gonna hear the chords. You're just gonna hear your meat line with your bass line. All right. So here it is. Listen. It's a start. Now, by all means, you can play around with these. These are just 8 tas. It's a very first grade type of line, maybe even kindergarten, because all you're doing is keeping a steady beat. Bouncing from note to note, though, does up it a little bit, so maybe this is more like a 3rd grade level line. So you might want to try different rhythms. You can even, since it's a bass line, maybe have a ta ta to begin with, but then make it sound similar to this. So you can do ta ta, and then I don't know if you can stick a TT in there, or maybe even just do FC, make this a TT, and then put a ta ta TT ta ta. So that might be a way to go. Okay, and finally, for your melody, for your harmony line, your veggie line, I would take this rhythm that you have here in these lines. Oops, sorry about that. I would take the rhythm that you have here in this measure. Oh, it's not letting me do it. In this measure and in this measure, and I would use it up here, and maybe come up with the notes that you didn't use here, put them up here, and just start from there and see what you think. Okay. All right. I think that's it for this group.